If you're a senior leader, you already know that how you coach your team and develop your team is the most important factor in your long-term success. The senior leaders I work with all understand that how they develop a team is one of the most important and most difficult things that they do. So that's often what they want to talk to me about. And sometimes the lessons I have for them come from surprising places. So by the end of this 5-minute seminar, you will understand what a 19th century Russian novelist can teach you about developing 21st century talent. Let me tell you about a senior commercial leader in the European HQ of a big pharma company. Mary, as I'll call her, leads several brand teams. She's strong, caring, and deeply committed to developing her people. She helped to create her company's fast-track executive development program, but she was very frustrated. You see, despite her efforts, most of her program's intake failed to become well-rounded, competent managers. In her words, the talent pipeline was leaking and potential was being wasted. And that's what she wanted to discuss during her coaching session with me. Now, good coaching is mostly listening, but it's enabled by asking the right questions. So I asked Mary if she saw a pattern among those who didn't make the grade. After some thought, she said, the pattern is that there's no pattern. They each fail for a different reason. And that was our breakthrough, because it reminded me of Leo Tolstoy, and you'll be surprised what a 21st century pharma executive can learn from a 19th century Russian novelist. In Anna Karenina, Tolstoy wrote, every happy family is happy in the same way, every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Now, I haven't read the novel, but I knew the concept from Jared Diamond's brilliant book, Guns, Germs and Steel, where he used it to explain why most attempts to domesticate wild species fail. Diamond's idea, which is now known as the Anna Karenina effect, applies to any complex system, whether it's a modern life sciences company or a Neolithic farming village. The Anna Karenina effect states that for something to be successful, many things must go right, but for something to fail, only one thing needs to go wrong. Now, I shared this idea with Mary, and her bright mind moved on quickly. As we talked, it emerged that Mary had been treating management competencies as separate: empathy, self-awareness, strategic savvy, cross-functional knowledge. Her program was a neat set of standalone sessions, each delivered by a different consultant, each one focused on a single skill. But the Anna Karenina effect told her to reframe that problem, because these competencies are interconnected. For example, empathy builds on self-awareness. Strategic savvy requires T-shaped skills, that is, deep expertise plus broad knowledge. In Tolstoy's novel, we learn that in a happy family, love, trust and respect are all interconnected traits, and you can't treat them as if they're not connected. It turns out that what is true for happy families is true for happy teams too. So here's how Mary designed her program. She grouped its separate units into coherent modules. She had the tutors integrate their teachings with each other. She changed the assessment process to be more holistic and less competency-based. The result was a stronger talent pipeline, less wasted potential, and more capable young managers. That brought Mary joy, and me too. So, if your leadership development efforts feel fragmented or ineffective, then let's talk about it. As well as being an academic and author, I help pharma and medtech strategists evolve their strategic capabilities. I do this using insight from my research into Darwinian evolution of our industry and from 4 decades of practical experience as a scientist and strategist. If our industry matters to you, then please subscribe, share and explore my work. My website has a free library of over 400 articles and papers. My YouTube channel has over 100 videos. Best of all, let's have a cup of tea and a chat about how my research can help you.